We are live. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. We are back again with our session on Let's Grow Together. We are basically on our episode number 25. Sita is back from her break, well deserved break for 3 weeks, I presume. So she has a lot to say. Let me just start with introducing myself. My name is Divina, originally from Fiji, residing here in New Zealand. By choice, I'm a mentor. By profession, I'm a finance professional. And my main reason to come onto the online space is to encourage a finance professional just like myself who is willing to encourage, inspire, and show people that there's opportunities out there in terms of creating a passive income, not relying on their 9 to 5 job, and someone who has quite a bit of responsibilities and has gone through life's normal journey. And in today's session, we are bringing a topic that normally resonates with most people is where most people who think their 9 to 5 job working full time, but they still find they're struggling financially. Maybe, for example, few years ago, if someone asked me that question, this is what I would have simply said: work hard. That's the normal thing that we have taught, been believing, and like work hard on um, hard on your studies, get good job, be loyal to your employer, and put in the extra hours. For example, what I've seen is that I thought that working harder is everything that would eventually, fall into place. And that's what I did. But when I built my career in finance, I had a lot of responsibilities. I gave it my best every single day in my employment of 23 years. I worked more than the normal hours of 8 hours. Despite all that, there were times when my in my life where I felt like I was living in a lot of uncertainty. I used to go sleep with a lot of anxiety, not having the right mentors and coach, and have to plan my strategies for my not only for myself but for my family. But I did have this phase in my journey where there was two occasions where I had contracts that came to an end, and I did have a tendency to not have a job the next day. I did lose my job, I would say. Supporting my family, including my aged grandparent, parent, special needs brother, the bills keep coming. The noise is there. The cost of living keeps on increasing as everyone can sense it. But no matter how hard I used to work on myself and also in life, I would say that I realized one day that working hard isn't giving me the freedom I want, the flexibility that I want, but it helped me just manage through and survive. That wasn't building my future that I wanted. But I'm going to give the floor to Sita to introduce herself and give her insights of what she thinks on this topic. So over to you, Sita.
Thank you so much. This is Davina, business partner, and my sister in business. I'm so happy to be back here on this platform because I think we've missed quite a few sessions because of the time difference. Most of the time we needed to be on this platform. I'll be waking up where I was, or I'll be out. As you all know, if you're on vacation, you have to be out and doing things, all sorts of things. So that's what this business has given me as a bonus, to be honest. So I've been away, and the time difference didn't really match the time when we have to do our live. Before we get to the topic of today, which is quite interesting, I will introduce myself. I'm Sita. I am a mom and a nanny as well. I live here in the UK. I'm originally from Zimbabwe, Bulawayo to be precise, although I did grow up in Lower Gwelo, which is a village. So I've got bit of all worlds or both worlds. So I know the experience in the village, and I know the experience in the city, and now I know the experience in Europe, which is quite a lot of mix. So it's quite good in a way, because you have an understanding of how it feels like to be in Africa in the village, and in Africa in the city, and being in a European country. So when I got to this country, my focus was working hard. As you all know, as Africans, we work hard, not only for me, but for my family and our extended families. And the question says, why are so many people working full time but still struggling financially? That is a question I asked myself again and again and again, because I used to work so many hours, long days, and our long days will be 12-hour shifts, 13-hour shifts, or 10-hour shifts. Even so, I'll be thinking about, where should I go to add up more hours? On my days off, I'll be twiddling my thumbs. Where can I work? Where can I be looking for an extra shift? Some of us, we had full-time jobs and also agency work. On our days off, I'll be doing agency in other sectors to add some more and more money. But that money didn't materialize. That money never came together, because I was always in debt. Always, my money is not enough for what I owed or what I need to pay. I couldn't even afford any holidays. So I was always chasing the hours. As you all know, you can only get paid according to the hours you have put in. But what I've realized in life is not about working hard. It's about looking for what will work for you, looking for options, looking for flexibility, or how to work alongside your job, and looking at what can give you more, rather than you keep adding on the hours when it doesn't give you anything as a result. That's why I ended up looking onto this online space. I needed to have options. As you all know, relying on one source of income is risky. Although we've been taught that you need to have a job, you need to have a job, but working for someone is always a risk, because that someone can tell you that your services are no longer required, or we need to cut down your hours. You can't say, no, you have to add on my hours, or I need to work longer shifts wherever you are employed. So I decided to find something that will give me options, flexibility, and my freedom, and also, retire from always feeling tired all the time. I was fed up of being tired. So I got this online business that has given me options. And I have also realized that by so doing that, I no longer work as hard as I used to. So in life, you need to have options. Do not rely on one source of income, because you will continue to work in the end and end up with nothing. If you were to lose your job today, what will you fall on? What is your backup plan? You will be stranded, you'll be struggling, and you'll be down to zero when you thought, I'm working hard, I've got a job. Do not rely on one source of income or rely on employment. Try to find your own source of income, something that you have control of, something that you can decide when you can get into that work or when to take your time off. But if you are relying on somebody's employment, everything is dictated to you. When you can be at work, when you cannot be at work, when you can get paid, and how much you will get paid. You can work as hard as you like, but the amount that you're getting paid will never change. If you have got your own source of income, you have control of what comes in and what go out. So if you're out there, I'm just advising people, you can work as hard as you like, but financially you'll be still broke I used to do that. I used to work so hard, all the hours I can get, but I was always broke. But now I've got more time freedom, more flexibility, and I am managing, which is why I have learned to use my time wisely and also put my work in where it's required rather than to exhaust myself doing everything right when I get not what it's what I've worked for. As nurses, we all work hard, but what we are getting, is it worth what you're putting in? Maybe not. So check out what you are doing and what you are working, and also build something for yourself, because this is not stopping. The economy is getting higher and higher. Things are getting so expensive, they are not affordable. And try to have that extra stream that will keep you jacked up, that will keep you supported, that will give you that confidence that even if something happens today, there is something that will back me up, rather than to fall backwards and forward and nothing that will pull you up. I've seen a lot of people, they come here searching for this online business, saying, because I've lost my job. So try to build it now alongside your current source of income. This, my online business, is alongside with my career as a nurse, but it has given me time freedom, because I no longer chase the hours as I used to, which is what we are encouraging other people out there who have been working so hard as we did and always feeling broke or always broke. So this is what I have to share today. I'll pass it back to my sister Davina to just wrap it up, and then we'll be done for what we had to share with you.
Thank you, Sister Sita. In terms of today's, like the insights, I agree on that. Is that person like myself who's a finance professional who has worked very hard in corporate, I've seen that it wasn't helping me build my future. I wanted this realization came a lot. I realized a lot of things late in life because you do not may have not the right mentors and coaches. I got my work mentor maybe when I was in my early 30s. Some if are lucky, some even got it when they're growing up. Your parents are your good mentors. Your when you start working, you may have good bosses. Try to learn as much as you can. That is what I've realized. And instead of asking like how can I create, I start realize and asking myself, a lot of people used to say you should do business, you should do business. And when I was 20, I never paid attention. Now when I came later through and started growing, now I am like, how can I create more options for myself and my family and have the flexibility, the freedom? But it was a $1 million question for me because I had to now learn new skills, step out of my comfort zone, explore something in the online business, not because I wanted to come out of my 9 to 5, but I wanted to create more options like what we have discussed. Not and I'm a person who has even lost jobs as well, so I understand how does it feel, the anxiety, the stress, the pressure. It's because I did not have a plan B. But one thing I know is that doing this online business, I'm giving myself more flexibility, more confidence, more options, not only for myself, but for my family. Gives me a peace of mind. So my biggest lesson I've learned is that there's nothing wrong in working 9 to 5, but don't let your full-time job, like what we have said in today's session, stop you from investing in yourself for your future. Your job can be your source of income, your knowledge, your skills, your willingness to learn. You are creating opportunities that can last, who knows, a lifetime. But I do still work hard. I work hard and I work hard on myself more because I know I am my greatest investment that I can ever make in no matter where I work. it's becoming the kind of person in today's world is that where you can adapt, learn, create those opportunities no matter what life's journey throws at any one of us. That's what I've seen in this online business. And you can be working hard but still feel that you're standing still. Know this one thing: you're not failing. You The world has changed, definitely, and perhaps times has changed, but the way we think of building our future, sometimes the answer is it's it isn't working more hours. Sometimes it's learning something new. And for this, if this, like, resonates with you, we'd love to hear your story. If you're curious, you can follow any one of us, of myself or Sita, and we are happy to connect and chat. Because while also your baby working full time, you can send us a message. We are going to share with you a system where we have in place that has been working for so many people. We can give you the insights. The choice is yours. Do this when you have your full-time job to create that opportunity and learn as much as you can. So that is it, guys, for today. We'll come back again next week on a different topic. Till then, take care, guys. Bye.